It's time for Thursday Night Football, but not the Thursday Night Football that most of you think I'm alluding to. If you're trying to find the Los Angeles Chargers versus Kansas City Chiefs game, you need to adjust your TV monitors, laptops, mobile devices, wherever you might be watching this game on currently, because this is not that Thursday Night Football game. You also need to have Prime Video in order to watch the Chargers versus the Chiefs. Either way, we are not live from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Instead, we are live from Wake Med Soccer Park right here in Cary, and you're listening to live stream coverage of William Peace Women's Soccer on the WPU Athletics YouTube channel presented by the Athletic Communications Department. Thank you for joining us on the Pacers Sports Network. Year 3 for me behind the mic. I'm your host, Graham Hill. Shelby Labardo is the producer of this broadcast. We've entered week 2 of the WPU women's soccer season. This is the first of 2 games for the Pacers, and this will be the only game they'll play here at Wake Med Soccer Park this week. The Pacers begin action this week by welcoming the Carolina Bruins, who are part of the NCCAA Conference and have made the travel down the road from Winston-Salem. It's funny, Gabby Jones, a member of the William Peace Pacers women's soccer team, asked me on Monday if I was going to be doing play-by-play coverage for this game tonight. And I said, if my schedule allows, I'll definitely be there. Who are you guys playing? Gabby responded with just Carolina. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, wow. Just as it was 2 years ago, I believe, when the Pacers women's soccer team played Division I Davidson in a scrimmage, I immediately was under the impression that the Pacers were going to be playing the Carolina Tar Heels here tonight. And I'm thinking to myself, well, hats off to Coach Scroger in her first season, scheduling another Division I opponent for an exhibition game, or for a scrimmage, I should say, for her Pacers women's soccer team. That is not the case. The Pacers are not playing the Carolina Tar Heels from Chapel Hill. Instead, they are playing the Carolina Bruins from Winston-Salem. And tonight's match marks the first overall meeting between the two programs. The Carolina Bruins are led by head coach Kyle Neal. For the visiting Bruins, they finished last season with 10 wins and 9 losses. In the NCCAA Conference, they were 5-2. And when the Bruins were on the road for matches, they were 3-6 last season. So far, the Bruins have scored a total of 16 goals this season and are being led in scoring by number 13, Natasha Miriam, who has 3 goals so far for the season. Alongside number 4, Sydney Smith, and number 12, Angie Hernandez Victorino, also have 2 goals to contribute to the Bruin scoring. Carolina so far has played a total of 5 games this season. In those 5 games, they have outscored their opponents 16-9. They only have a total of 17 players on the roster as compared to the Pacers' 22-player roster. One thing that is interesting about the Bruins roster is that they only have 1 goalkeeper listed out of their 17-player roster, and it is freshman goalkeeper number 1, Rachel Santos. Now, here's the thing. And speaking with Bruins head coach Kyle Neal prior to our broadcast, he said Rachel Santos will not be playing this evening against the Pacers. So I'm curious as to see who will be in front of the net for the Bruins. My gut feeling tells me that it will be number 0, the sophomore Alondra Ramon, who will be getting the start in front of the net for the Bruins, but we will confirm that before the official start of this match. Let's take a look at the last game recap for the Bruins, brought to us by CUBruins.com. Thank you to Carolina's Athletic Communications Department for their recap article. As Carolina University women's soccer hosted Randolph College this past Saturday at Davie County Community Park, the match was back and forth on the pitch until the 38th minute mark when Randolph was able to score their first goal. It didn't take the Bruins long to answer back when Angie Hernandez Victorino scored the goal for the Bruins at the 42-minute mark, evening up the score at 1-1. The second half consisted of a similar pace and proved too difficult for Carolina to convert their shots that they put on goal. It wasn't until the 77th minute mark that the Wildcats scored their game-winning shot, making the final of that match 2-1 in favor of Randolph. A couple of match notes from the Bruins' 2-1 loss this past Saturday, as I mentioned, to Randolph. Aaliyah Rubio had a total of 4 shots, 2 of those shots on target. The Bruins did outshoot the Wildcats 10-6 in total and 6-4 in shots on goal. Freshman goalkeeper Rachel Santos notched 2 saves in the match. Again, as I mentioned, it's interesting. Rachel Santos is the only goalkeeper listed on the Bruins roster. However, talking with head coach Kyle Neal, when the teams took the field here at Wake Med Soccer Park, he said that Rachel Santos will not be starting in front of the net. So we're still waiting for confirmation on who the official goalie will be for the Bruins tonight. As I mentioned, I'm under the impression that it is number 0, or it's going to be number 0, Alondra Ramon. But we will wait to have the official answer for you here shortly. Carolina Bruins, William Peace Pacers, Week 2 of the 2022 WPU Women's Soccer Program or campaign. Again, this is the first of 2 matches this week for the Pacers. This will also be the only time that the Pacers will play at home this week before they travel on Saturday to Roanoke, Virginia to face Hollins. But before the Pacers have their road match on Saturday, they are at home tonight at Wake Med Soccer Park as they get ready to take on the Carolina Bruins, not the Carolina Tar Heels. I don't want anybody to get under the impression that they are playing a Division I opponent in Carolina. Instead, it is the Carolina Bruins, who come from Winston-Salem and are part of the NCCAA Conference. We've reached our first break of the broadcast, and when we come back, we'll preview the Pacers side of things along with the official starting lineups. As you're listening to live stream coverage of WPU Women's Soccer, presented by the Athletic Communications Department, ahead of the Pacers' second official home match of the season as they get ready to host Carolina. We'll be right back on the Pacer Sports Network. Welcome back to the Pacer Pregame Show. I'm Graham Hill. Shelby Lombardo, our Athletic Communications Director, is the producer of this broadcast. Shout out to Shelby for being named the official Athletic Communications Director prior to the start of the Pacers athletic season. Ozzy Peralta focusing more on the WPU men's soccer side of things as he was named associate head coach. Big thanks for the athletic communications department here at William Peace University. Speaking of the athletic communications department, I am your host, Graham Hill. You're currently listening to the Pacer pregame show ahead of the Pacers' home match, their second official home match of the 2022 campaign as they get ready to face the Carolina Bruins. Beautiful night here at Wake Med Soccer Park as the sun is starting to set directly across from us, just over the top of the trees towards RDU. Temperature currently 79 degrees, clear skies. By halftime, it should drop into the low 70s and remain in the low 70s by the conclusion of this match. We are coming to you live on the WPU Athletics YouTube channel as it's now time for our Pacer preview presented by GoPeacePacers.com. Fans, if you haven't already, go check out GoPeacePacers.com as it's had a makeover done to it. Shout out to Shelby Lombardo, our Athletic Communications Director, for the nice setup. And also, fans, if you need the latest news and updates from WPU Athletics, you can visit GoPeacePacers.com. You can also like the Pacers on Facebook or follow them on Instagram and Twitter at GoPeacePacers. Some new faces inside the William Peace women's soccer program this season as the Pacers are being led this year by head coach Becky Scroger in her first season with the program. She was officially hired back in January of 2022. Coach Scroger joined the Pacers after serving as the head women's soccer coach at Teal College in Greenville, Pennsylvania. Coach Scroger, a Pennsylvania native, she was at Teal College, or she's been with Teal College since 2017. During her time at Teal, Coach Scroger helped revitalize the women's soccer program, producing the best overall record there since 2014. Several of her recruits currently sit in the top 5 of the Teal women's soccer all-time record book, and her players earned numerous all-conference honors in her years with the program. Before joining the Pacers, Coach Scroger worked as an assistant coach at Division II Seton Hill University from 2015 to 2016. During that time, the team earned its first ever regional ranking. She also worked as an assistant coach at the Division I level at Bucknell University in 2014 and as an assistant at Washington and Jefferson College from 2012 to 2014. Scroger is a graduate of the State University of New York at Fredonia in 2010, earning a master's in business administration with a specialization in sports management from Seton Hill University in 2017. Scroger started in goal all 4 years while at Fredonia and helped the Blue Devils, not the Duke Blue Devils, but the Fredonia Blue Devils, to their first regional ranking and first SUNYAC playoff appearance in program history. Following 2 successful scrimmages in the preseason, the William Peace women's soccer program opened the regular season here at Wake Med Soccer Park back on September 1st against Johnson and Wells, defeating the Wildcats 2-0. The Pacers returned to play after finishing the 2021 season with 4 wins, 7 losses, and 3 draws overall. For last season, they acquired 2 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws in USA South Conference play, playing back in 2021, including the first win over their rival school on Hillsborough Street, Meredith College. It was the first time the Pacers had ever defeated the Avenging Angels in the women's soccer program history. The Pacers feature many returners on this season's roster, including Matt Jones, return of the Mac, as she is back for one more season in front of the net for the Pacers. Speaking of Matt Jones and Gabby Jones, I want to give a special shout out to their mother, Cherie Jones, as it is her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mama Jones. Hope you're tuning in to us from Hope Mills, North Carolina, or you might be listening to us on the way to tonight's match. Besides Matt Jones, the Pacers also return Rachel Alford, and I put emphasis on the last name Alford because, funny story, last season during one of our broadcasts, not only did I mispronounce Rachel Alford's last name, but I called her a name totally different than what her name is. In the world of play-by-play commentary, sometimes when your weeks are crammed, or when you just meet so many players and review so many names on different rosters, sometimes your brain likes to confuse you with one player's name that you saw on another player's roster. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, maybe I am, but with how many broadcasts I do throughout a year, I'm under the impression that last season my brain just thought that Rachel was an Abby Alford from a different team. Or maybe I was confusing her with Abby Mosteller, a goaltender on the William Peace roster. Although, now that I think about it, that wouldn't make sense because Abby is a goalkeeper, and so she would be on the totally opposite end of the field than where Rachel Alford would be. Enough of my tangent. Besides Matt Jones, Rachel Alford, some other key returners for the Pacers this season are Kira Delaney, Rainey Green, Gabby Jones, Lily Bates, and Jerry Hansen, who as a sophomore has been named a team captain. So congratulations to Jerry. Then that just shows how much she has grown as both a player and a fellow teammate to her Pacer roster. Last Tuesday in the Pacers' previous match, they fell 2-1 on the road to Guilford. The Quakers would begin the first half with a few quick shots on goal, which were handled by Matt Jones. Jones would continue to make strong saves as the Pacers battled, but the Quakers would find the back of the net at the 37th minute mark to take a 1-0 lead heading into halftime. The Quakers would score again early in the second half, giving them a 2-0 advantage. Less than a minute after the Quakers scored their second goal, Kira Delaney would put away a rebound on a shot set up from Gabby Jones to cut the Quakers' lead to 2-1. The Pacers would continue to test Guilford goalkeepers with several good chances that led to a total of 8 shots in the match for the Pacers. They were unable to even up the score and would fall 2-1, giving them their first loss on the year. The Pacers' top performers in that match were senior forward Kira Delaney, who tallied the lone goal for the team, and senior goalkeeper Matt Jones, who made 6 saves in the match. It's worth noting, as I mentioned, Matt Jones did elect to return one more year to be in goal for the Pacers. She was also named USA South Women's Soccer Defender of the Week back on September 5th. The senior from Hope Mills, North Carolina, has posted one shutout for the Pacers as they started the season 2-0. In their first 2 matches, she stopped all 11 shots faced. In the 2-0 victory over Johnson and Wells to begin the season here at Wake Med Soccer Park, Jones played 63 minutes and made 1 save. In the 3-0 victory over Ferrum, Matt Jones went the distance and stopped all 10 shots faced. Let's see if Matt Jones can work her magic once again tonight as she has had an impressive start to the season. As she looks to lead the Pacers to victory over the Bruins here at Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary as we're approaching closer to kickoff again. Shout out to Mother Jones, Cherie Jones. It's her birthday today. Hope it's been a good one. That sets us up for this evening's match as the Pacers prepare to host Carolina in their second official home match of the 22 season right here at Wake Med Soccer Park. We'll take one more final break from the Pacer pregame show. When we return, we'll have the official starting lineups, the national anthem, and opening kickoff between the Bruins and the Pacers as you've been listening to pregame coverage of WPU Women's Soccer right here on the Pacer Sports Network. Welcome back to the Pacers Sports Network. Second official home match of the 2022 season for your William Peace Pacers, getting ready to come up as they prepare to take on the visiting Carolina Bruins. Let's give you the starting lineups real quick. First, for the Carolina Bruins who enter tonight's contest with an overall record of 3-2. Starting from the net for the Bruins, number 0, Alondra Ramon. At forward, you'll have the freshman number 4, Sidney Smith. Junior midfielder number 10, Hayden Paccio. Junior midfielder number 12, Angie Hernandez Victorino. Sophomore forward number 13, Natasha Miriam. Senior midfielder number 18, Mary Jester. Freshman defender number 21, Alessandria Lopez. Junior forward number 22, Sarah Walter. Freshman defender number 23, Annabelle Norwood. Senior forward number 24, Aaliyah Rubio. And then junior forward number 25, Sheila Ramirez Aguilar. The Bruins are led by head coach Kyle Neal. He is assisted by Boo Tesh. For your William Peace Pacers, they come into tonight's contest with an overall record of 3-1 for the season. They're led, of course, by senior goalkeeper number 1, Matt Jones. You'll then have senior forward number 3, Rachel Alford, followed by senior midfielder number 4, Kira Delaney. Senior defender number 7, Bailey Womack. Senior forward number 9, Rainey Green. Senior forward number 10, Tori Finklia. Senior defender number 16, Lily Bates, senior midfielder number 16, Lily Bates. Then senior defender number 23, Lily Manis. And then sophomore defender, Jerry Hansen, along with freshman defender number 6, Nivea King. The Pacers are led by head coach Becky Scroger in her first year with the program. She is assisted by Erica Underwood and Jacob Smith. We'll take a short pause, and when we come back, we'll have opening kickoff between the Bruins and the Pacers as you're listening to coverage of William Peace Women's Soccer on the Pacers Sports Network. Back here on the Pacers Sports Network, as we are moments away from opening kickoff between the Bruins and your Pacers. Second official home match of the 2022 season for the Pacers here tonight at Wake Med Soccer Park. Beautiful evening here at Wake Med Soccer Park. Clear skies. The sun has just set over the trees in the horizon going towards Raleigh-Durham International Airport. Temperature currently 77 degrees. It doesn't get much better than that for a 7 p.m. kickoff. Should drop into the low 70s, but there's no bad weather anywhere in sight. Clear skies, and we are moments away from opening kickoff between the Bruins and your Pacers. Carolina Bruins in their all-navy uniforms with gold lettering and numbered outlines. For your Pacers, they're in the icy all whites, designated home uniforms with green and letter numbering. Pacers written across the chest. Two teams are taking the pitch. The Bruins also with a gold outlining right down the middle of their uniforms. And the Bruins will get possession first. 45 minutes is on the scoreboard. Both teams are in position. And we are ready for opening kickoff here at Wake Med Soccer Park. Thank you for joining us here on the Pacers Sports Network. My name is Graham Hill. Shelby Labardo is the producer of this broadcast. Pacers, Bruins, second home match of the 2022 season for your William Peace Pacers. And thank you for watching us here as we are underway from Wake Med Soccer Park. The Bruins will start things off by dropping the ball back to their back line. It's now Jester. Will drop it back once again. Walters pushing the ball up past midfield. Jester has it once again on the near sideline, but she drops it back once again to Walters. Now Walters will put the ball in the middle circle to Rubio. Rubio immediately drops back. Alford applying some pressure for the Pacers. Now Finklia is along with Jones. And on our near sideline, Jester will drop it back once again for the Bruins. Bruins slow and steady right now to begin this game, acquiring some good touches as they've yet to set up an attack, but it looks like they're just getting comfortable right now in the opening minutes of this match, as now they start to establish a run on the far side of the field as Keane is in front for the Pacers, and the Bruins' first chance at entering the box goes nowhere, and Mac Jones will prepare to clear this one out for the Pacers, as we've already eclipsed 2.5 minutes so far in the contest. Matt Jones kicks it out. Her sister Gabby Jones settles it for the Pacers. Jones passes over to the left side of Womack. Well, now Womack will try to push the ball up to Finklia. Finklia has the pass intercepted by Walters, and the Bruins take back over with possession. Center back for the Bruins passes it up. She has her pass intercepted though by Delaney, and Delaney tried to set up a run on the other side for the Pacers. Bruins shut it down. Jones gets it back, though, in the midfield circle for the Pacers. She drops back to Hanson. Hanson tries to pass over to the right side. She has her pass intercepted by Smith. Now Smith running down the far sideline. Hanson trying to redeem herself as she had her pass broken up. Ball goes out of play. Possession remains with the Bruins. Bruins drop it back. Alford and Finklia, the two forwards right now for the Pacers. As now Lopez drops it off the right side. She was trying to set up a run there for Jester. Jester unable to get to it in time, and the Pacers will get possession back. Womack will throw the ball into the right side of your screen. 3 minutes have elapsed already here in the first half. Finklia off the throw in by Womack, trying to immediately pass it back to Jones. Instead, the pass was taken over by the Bruins. As now on the far sideline, Keane is battling a Bruins player to establish possession. She's able to do so. She'll throw it in to Rainey Green, the intended target. The Bruins will kick it right back out, and Keane will start back over. Keane to Green. It's a nice little setup of wordplay right there. As on the far side of the field, the Bruins will just clear it out as the Pacers are starting to get possession off throw-ins. Let's see what they can do here, as this throw-in will be coming up just from the right side of the box. Keane was looking for Green. Instead, she throws it into Finklia. Finklia off the one-touch pass to Jones. Now Green to Jones, who is going towards the corner marker. And as the Bruins try to set up possession once again, ball goes out of play. So it'll be another throw-in for the Pacers, as Keane will throw it to Finklia. Green crosses it over to Alford. Alford trying to maintain the touch as Jones will get it. She'll drop it back to Womack. Womack moving over to the right side. Womack was going backwards instead of forwards, and now the Bruins will be going forward as they're trying to set up a run for the one forward in Paccio. Unable to set anything up, but the Bruins maintain possession. Approaching 5 minutes played so far here in this non-conference match between the Bruins and the Pacers. Green is battling a member of the Bruins back line as she'll finally just take a shot at the goal, and it will take a couple of bounces and into the gloves of Ramon. Ramon rolls it out, and the Bruins will begin to push the ball up. To the left of us, Lopez passes the ball up to Hernandez Victorino. As now on the far side of the field, the Bruins have it. They drop back inside the midfield circle. As now Alford, I should say, is able to get a touch on it. She has her pass stopped as the Pacers get it back, as it was Lily Manis with the interception for the Pacers. On the far side of or on the closest corner marker, Alford has it, as Womack will come up the near sideline and prepare to throw the ball in. There's a throw by Womack into the box. Member of the Bruins back line was able to get a head on it, stopping the attack momentarily as Womack tries to send it right back into the box. As now Delaney has it for the Pacers. Delaney will pass over to the right side to Green. This could be dangerous for the Bruins. Green tries to cross it over, and instead it goes behind the back of the net, and now to play. Goal kick coming up for the Bruins. First good looking opportunity that the Pacers have had so far in this match. Green coming up the right side, as she is a dangerous striker. From what I can remember, she loves to shoot it from the right side. And it was hard to tell if she was trying to put a shot directly on target or if she was trying to cross it over, as she had two Pacers coming up the left side. She was unable to get anything out of it. And the Bruins get possession back. On the far side of the pitch now, there is a Bruins player establishing a nice run as she advances the ball up, as the Bruins might be looking to cross the ball in, as there's the attempt by Smith, and Smith has her pass blocked. Ball goes out of play. Off the throw-in, off the edge of the box, the Bruins get their first shot off, but it takes a gracious roll into the gloves of goalkeeper Mac Jones. 9.5 played so far here. First half between the Bruins and the Pacers, still scoreless. Bruins looking to change that as Rubio drops back. Bruins will go all the way to the back line as Finklia is racing back there, trying to get the ball. Now Jones puts a foot on it. Jones is able to get possession for the Pacers. And now Alford taking it towards the middle. He's trying to pass into the box, nobody home. Pacers trying to maintain possession as the Bruins take things back over at midfield. Right here in front of us, Baccio trying to pass the ball down the near sideline. Member of the Pacers got a foot on it. Or no, they're going to say nobody from the Pacers touched it. So instead, it's going to be a throw-in coming up for the Pacers as Womack will take it. Womack will throw it into the middle of the field to Lily Bates. Bates passes over to the far side to Green. Green down the midfield circle, passes the ball up. Pacers trying to speed up the attack a little bit, as now racing into the box is Delaney, but Ramon gets there before Delaney could. and stops any further attack from pursuing for the Pacers. Ramon gets ready to boot this one away off the right foot. Takes one hop into the midfield circle. Still rolling. Both teams trying to maintain possession of the ball. As now finally number 7 Womack would just come up and clear this one out as she was battling a member of the Bruins for possession of the ball. But instead the Bruins will have possession off a throw-in. Jones takes the ball away for the Pacers. Jones trying to split two Bruins players as she is fighting to maintain possession. Now working her way to the middle. Passes it to the right side to Keene. Keene advancing the play. Keene on the run. Pacers have even numbers with the Bruins right now. Keene dumps it off to the right side of Green. Green will try to cross it in as it will go off the glove of Ramon. And she will settle it down and get ready to clear this one out. 11 minutes played now in the first half. Still scoreless between the Bruins and the Pacers. Second official home match of the season for the Pacers. In the middle of the field, Hernandez Victorino as she has Bates on her heels. And the Pacers will now take things back over as Green is able to make a member of the Bruins miss. Green now will try to cross it in once again. It's going to roll to the left side of Ramon, who doesn't make an effort to try and pick it up as Alford was there. And Alford got one last touch on it before the ball went out of play. Goal kick coming up for the Bruins. Scratch that was actually a throw-in for the Pacers as they stay with possession. Hanson now off the chest. Tries to settle the ball down. Pacers drop it back. Manis has it. She passes over to the left side of Womack. Womack trying to get there before the ball goes out of play. She's able to keep the ball in play. She actually sets up a great pass for Alford. Alford now coming in from the left side. She gets bodied down by the Bruins defender in Norwood. Ball goes out of play once again. Possession is going to stay with the Pacers. Great effort there by Alford to maintain possession, I should say, of the ball. Alford now will throw it in to Jones. Jones off the left side is able to keep the ball in before it goes out of play, but the Bruins will clear it out once again. Hanson and Manis in the backfield for the Pacers right now. Everybody else has moved up. Womack now throws it into the edge of the box. It's settled down off the foot of Alford. Now it goes off the chest of Jones. Jones now working towards the middle. Passes back to Bates. Bates now trying to send the ball into the box as she was trying to connect with Green. Pass was intercepted. Hanson trying to keep the ball on the Bruins side of the pitch. As now the Bruins will have it. And they'll drop it back to slow things down just a little bit. In the middle of the Bruins side of the field, Chia sets up the passing for the Bruins. As now the Bruins just start to look at working on fundamentals here as we're approaching the 30-minute mark of the first half. Towards the middle of the pitch now, to the right of us, Jester was taking it down the field. Alford there, applying the pressure. Alford so far doing it all for the Pacers, both on the attack and on the defensive side. Right here in front of us, Jester of the Bruins will prepare for a throw-in. She'll survey the pitch. She throws it back to Walters. Walters immediately back to Jester. Jester passes it in the middle to Paccio. Paccio advances the ball over to the left side. We're now in the middle. Smith and Bates were battling for the ball. Bruins come up with it, and Keene is able to kick the ball out of play before it can go deeper in the box, and Matt Jones had to work on a save. Under 30 minutes to play here in the first half, as we are scoreless between the Bruins and the Pacers, as we have our first stoppage of play. Wait to see what the official call is. As looked like it was a foul on Annabelle Norwood of the Bruins, sending the Pacers up for a free kick. In the middle of your screen now, Bruins passing it around. Ball is deflected off out of play off a member of the Pacers. Jester gets ready to throw it in. Jester, short throw in as it goes off the chest of her teammate Hernandez Victorino. Victorino was trying to give it back to Jester, and said the pass was disrupted, and the Pacers now get it back. In front of her team's bench and in front of her first-year head coach, Becky Scroger, Keene now working the play for the Pacers. Keene gets in front of the pass for the Bruins, advances the ball downfield. Finkley trying to get there before she can. Ball is kicked out of play. Throw-in coming up for the Pacers. Keene will throw it into Green. Off the header by Green. She tries to give the ball back to Keene. And instead the Pacers give it back to the Bruins, but the Bruins don't have number to set up an attack, and the Pacers get it back, who do have numbers. Green, right side. She has Finkley and Alford in the box. Green trying to put the ball into the box. It's blocked. Goes off the body of a Bruins defender. Keene, though, she's going to take a shot, and it'll go just wide to the right of the goal. Second shot of the evening so far for the Pacers. Chip pass on the edge of the far side for the Bruins, who try to set up an attack. They don't have anybody there. It's called offsides, and Matt Jones will reset the play. High kick by Jones. Falls into the right side of the middle circle to her sister Gabby Jones. Off the one-touch pass. Green now racing down the far sideline towards the corner marker. She has the ball taken away from her, as it'll be a throw-in coming up for the Pacers. Keene takes it, trying to connect with Gabby Jones. Bruins try to clear the ball out momentarily. Hansen comes up, trying to keep the ball on the Bruins side of the pitch. Nobody home, though, for the Pacers. Pacers have looked good so far at times on the attack. Green from the right side has tried to cross the ball, put it in the middle. Keene had a nice shot earlier from just the edge of the box. Both teams looking even against each other so far. Pacers have looked better as far as shot opportunities, as the Bruins only have one shot so far. Pacers 2 shots so far with one of them on goal. Pacers continue to play like they've been doing and just be patient. Wouldn't surprise me if they're able to create a scoring opportunity before the first half closes, as we're under 25 minutes to play in the first half. To the right side of your screen, Matt Jones passes over to the right side of Kane. Kane now trying to advance the ball at the middle. She connects with Delaney. Delaney had the ball taken away from her. Kane's able to be right there to get it back. Kane passes it back to Hansen. Hansen stops the ball from going out of play. Hansen trying to clear it out, as the Bruins look to take things back over, as Walters is just running around right now. She finally passes over to the far side defender. They pass the ball back into the middle. Jones intercepts the pass. Jones now, short pass to Green. Green from the right side. Takes a shot, and then on the backside, oh, close enough for the Pacers. Green taking a shot from the right as it went off the gloves of Ramon. And I believe it was Finklia, if I'm not mistaken, who was at the right place, right time for the rebound. Just unable to get the second chance opportunity to go in. Dangerous opportunity there for the Bruins. Good scoring opportunity for the Pacers. Pacers starting to apply some pressure now to the Bruins back line, as Offer now will take a shot, as she stole the ball away from the defender in Walters. Immediately took a shot that went to the left side. Free kick coming up for Ramon. From the left side of the goalpost, there's the kick. Takes a couple of bounces, finally finds the feet of Smith of the Bruins. Bruins drop it back once again. Womack shuts down the pass, drops it all the way back to her senior goalkeeper, Matt Jones. Jones on the clearance. Finklia trying to settle it down for the Pacers, as she's met heavily on the defense by a member of the Bruins. Throw-in coming up for the Pacers. Short throw-in from Keane to Green. Green just tries to kick the ball up over her head to get it over the defender. Ball goes out of play, and the Bruins will get it back. Another throw in for the Bruins. Green gets in front. Whistle blows. And it will be a foul going against the Bruins. Great job there by Green to challenge the Bruins player and force contact, giving the Pacers a free kick coming here on the far side of the pitch. It'll be taken by Manis. Goes over the head of Green. It falls to Offer there. Offer takes a shot. Offer scores! Off the free kick by Lily Manis. It goes over the head of her intended target. Goes over the head of her intended target in Rainey Green. Rachel Alford. Right place, right time. Scores for the Pacers and give them the 1-0 advantage. Rachel Alford, first goal of the evening, and it's good for her first goal of the season. Pacers with a 1-0 advantage, 20 and a half remaining in the first half. As I mentioned, the Pacers had looked pretty good as far as shot setups, and it was the free kick by Lily Manis that finds Rachel Alford in the center, who kicks it high, gets in the goal, and scores for the Pacers. Pacers immediately right back on the attack. 20 minutes to play here in the first half. As I believe we're going to have our first corner kick coming up between the two teams. On the left side, corner marker nearest to our screen, and Womack will take it. There goes the Pacers crashing towards the box. It goes off the head of a Bruins defender. It's going to go right back to Womack, who puts it right back up in the middle. Green puts a touch on it. And off the rebound, Pacers put up a shot, and it goes sailing to the left side of the goal. First corner between either teams goes to the Pacers first. They're unable to capitalize on it. 19 minutes to play here in the first half. Pacers the 1-0 advantage over the Bruins. As Alford, who scored the first goal for the Pacers, crosses over to the right side on the chip advantage. Nobody home. Great setup there for number 14, Shaylin Webb, who just checked into the game. Lily Bates also checked out. Courtney Arnold comes on for the Pacers. Great job there by Alford to not be selfish with it. Cross it over to the middle where she had Webb. Webb just put too much behind it. Comes up empty-handed for the Pacers. 18 minutes to play here in the first half. 1-0 in favor of the Pacers. Bruins trying to respond as they have possession, but give it away. Throw in coming up to the right side. Womack will take it. Womack throws over Alford, trying to connect with Webb. Walters of the Bruins puts a boot on it. The Bruins trying to settle things down. Walters into the middle circle for Paccio. Pacers get it back though. Alford settles it down. Alford looking for Arnold. And we have a whistle. And it looks like it's going to be a foul going against the Pacers, as a member of the Bruins back line is a little shaken up. Off the free kick, Bruins pass it over towards the right side. They now move the ball back to the middle as they were looking for Jester, who was going down the near sideline. Pacers break up the attack. Alford trying to get a run going for the Pacers once again. Bruins shut it down. As now Placey, junior defender for the Bruins, will give the ball back to the Pacers. A lot of contact there between Smith and Green, who were battling for it. Whistle blown, possession going to the Pacers. Free kick coming up. Manis will take it once again. Similar situation. Let's see if the Pacers can do it again. Off the free kick for Manis. It falls to the feet of Alford. Alford unable to set anything up. Womack doing a great job of keeping the ball on the Bruins side of the pitch. Green now from the left side. Being guarded by Paccio. Green now to Keane. Keane has the ball taken away from her. Bruins clear it out. Manis drops it back to Jones. Jones over to the right side to Keane. Keane bringing the ball up the field. Keane now advancing the ball up the field, nobody home. And it goes into the gloves of Ramon. Ramon quickly get the ball out. 14 and a half to go here. Pacers up 1-0. Whistle called. Free kick coming up for the Pacers. Hanson will take her space. Advance the ball up a little more. Generous spot by the officials from where the whistle was originally blown at. Bruins have the ball. Jones comes out, clears it. Alford settles it down for the Pacers. Passes it to the right side in the middle to Delaney. Delaney drops it back to Womack. Pacers entering the Bruins side of the field once again. Womack will just put it directly to Ramon. And Ramon will settle things down. Under 13 and a half to play here in the first half. There's the punt by Ramon. Short kick off the head of Jones to Webb. Delaney trying to give the ball back to Webb. Placey comes and clears it out. Ball goes out of play. And we'll have some substitutions coming up. Delaney will come off along with two members of the Bruins. Coming on for Delaney is number 20, freshman Lily Russ. As we're approaching 12 and a half to play here in the first half. To the left of us, Grace Nelson, who has come on for the Bruins. Sets up an attack. Nobody home though, as the Bruins just give it away. Pacers take back over. Russ now takes down a Bruin. She's then taken down from behind. Ball goes all the way back down to Ramon, who will pick it up and quickly put the ball back into play with 11 and a half to go in the first. On the near side now, Smith with it. Great job there by Kane to knock the ball out of play. Some more substitutions for the Bruins. Four in total now for Carolina. Bruins have had possession for a while as the Pacers finally get it. It's Kenworthy, who's also come in for the Pacers. Finally gets the ball back to the Pacers green on the far side of the field, racing with it. She'll take a shot, and it goes wide right. Romana elects to just put the ball into play. She rolls it out to the right side to Lopez. In the middle now, Rubio passes it over to the far side. Coach Scroger said she was out of play when she got possession of the ball, and she's right. So a throw-in coming up for the Pacers. Nine and a half to go here in the first half. Pacers will throw the ball in front of their own bench. Kenworthy trying to track it down. She had it momentarily. Rubio passes it over to her left side. Pacers throwing to clog the midfield area, making it harder and harder for the Bruins to find windows to pass the ball through. In the middle, Jester crosses it over in front of her Bruins bench, and the ball goes into the Bruins bench. They're going to say it was the last touch by a member of the Pacers. Throw in coming up for Carolina, just over 8.5 to go in the first. Carolina now on the run. Orlando Ordaz had her pass broken up. And Hansen comes up with it for the Pacers. Bruins take it right back though. Kenworthy passes it up, and coming out to clear the ball is Ramon as Webb was racing to try and get to it for the Pacers. Pacers though keep it on the Bruins side of the field as Green takes a shot. That one sails high over the goal. 7.5 to play. First half. Pacers up 1-0 over the Bruins. Off the goal kick. Ramon passes it to her center back. Pass is intercepted as she was trying to connect with Jester. Womack calls the interruption. Womack with it. Drops it back to Manis. Manis drops it all the way back to Jones. Jones hasn't been pressured much so far in this one. She's hoping it stays that way, along with head coach Becky Scroger in her first year in charge of the Pacer women's soccer program. So we're now at the 6.5 minute mark of the first half. Kenworthy on the far side. Tries to cross it on the ground. And Ramon will just fall on it. 6 minutes to play here in the first half between Carolina and William Peace. Bruins trying to even up the score before the first half comes to an end. In the middle, Rubio has it. She's knocking down. Jones finally comes up and clears the ball out. Kenworthy comes up with it for the Pacers. She tries to advance the play. Ball goes out of play. Keene passing it up. Goes past Russ. The intended receiver let it be Webb. Instead, it got to a member of the Bruins. Now Womack drops it back once again to Mack. Good rhyming there. Under 5 minutes to play here. Pacers up 1-0 over the Bruins. Bruins looking to even the score. Pacers looking to go into the break with a 2-goal advantage. Jones settles it with her right foot. Lets things slow down a little bit before she finally picks it up. Takes one bounce. And now we'll boot this one away. Falls to the right of the middle circle. Russ trying to get it for the Pacers. She is battling hard against Jester. Womack comes up with it for the Pacers. Drops it back to Jones. Jones clears it out left side over the head of Alford. Alford establishes the ball. Alford one-on-one with Jester. Alford elects for the ball to go out of play. Throw-in coming up for the Pacers right here in front of your screen. Throw-in coming up for Womack. She gets it into Russ. Russ trying hard to maintain possession. Instead, number 24, Rubio, the Bruins will come up with it, and the Bruins send it back down the Pacers into the field. Throw in for the Bruins. Shot coming up. Has the distance. Jones went to try and make a save, but instead she just lets this one sail out of play. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Goal kick coming up by Mac Jones. Keeps this one on the ground. Passes it to Keene. Keene moves the ball up. Bruins track it down. 2.5 to go. Pacers trying to add on to their 1-goal advantage and go up by 2 here. Bruins trying to even things up. Throw-in coming up for the Bruins. Rubio had it momentarily. 2 members of the Pacers came up, kicked the ball out of play. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Throw in favor of the Pacers. Goes off the foot of Green. Pacers switch fields. Womack putting a shoulder into Orlando Ordaz. Bruins will get possession off a throw-in. Jester will turn to her left. Short throw-in. Bruins trying to put a cross in the middle. Jones comes up with it and picks it up before Hernandez can get there for the Bruins. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Pacers up by one. Halftime coverage coming up here on the Pacers Sports Network as Ramon will clear the ball out. Ball goes out of play. Stopped by head coach Kyle Neal on the Bruins sideline. Pacers have 30 seconds to work with in this first half as they have the ball on the Bruins end of the field. Bruins trying to clear it out as they're trying to establish possession. They're able to do so. Womack tries to settle the ball back down. Both teams trying to knock the ball out of the air. Hansen has it. She'll put it back up in the air. 10 seconds to go. Green had the ball taken away from her, and the Bruins will run it out. Horn blows, and we've officially reached the end of the first half here at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary. Our halftime score, your Pacers up over the Carolina Bruins 1-0, thanks to the goal by Rachel Alford off the assist by Lily Manis. We'll take a break. Coming up on our halftime coverage, we'll give you our Pacers Athletics Week in Review from last week and athletic events that have yet to take place this week. We'll also bring you first half stats and analysis, but first let's take a quick pause as you're listening to coverage of William Peace Women's Soccer presented by the Athletic Communications Department. We'll be right back on the Pacer Sports Network. Welcome back to the Pacers Sports Network. Halftime coverage between the Carolina Bruins, your William Peace Pacers. Pacers up 1-0 over the Bruins here at the half. Off the goal by Rachel Alford. The assist provided by Lily Manis. Great job so far in the first half by the Pacers of being patient, setting up good shot opportunities, mostly from the right side, provided by Rainey Green. Nivea Keene had a great chance right in the middle, along with number 14, Shaylin Webb, who had a chip-in opportunity, couldn't fall in. Pacers, in my opinion, could be up 3-0, as they've looked good so far on the attack and look to continue their success and build on their 1-0 lead over Carolina in the second half. At this time, let's take a look back at our Pacer Athletics Week in Review from September 12th throughout the remainder of this week, presented by the Pacer Sports Network. Fans, as always, you can listen and view all WPU athletic events through the Pacer Sports Network. All you have to do is visit GoPeacePacers.com or the WPU Athletics YouTube channel, presented by the Athletic Communications Department of WPU. The Pacer Sports Network, all your play-by-play and live stream coverage for your William Peace Pacers. To start things off, let's recognize 4 Pacers who received USA South Athlete of the Week awards. First, from men's soccer, George Aguilar. He was awarded USA South Men's Soccer Player of the Week. The senior midfielder scored 1 goal with 2 assists in a 1-win, no loss, and a 2-draw week last week for the Pacers. In a 2-2 tie with Bridgewater, Aguilar assisted on the team's first goal of the match. In a scoreless draw with Guilford, Aguilar had 2 shots. And then finally, in a 4-2 win over Averett, Aguilar scored the team's second goal in the 32nd minute and then assisted on the official game winner in the 40th minute. Also, for men's soccer, Trip Kidd, who was awarded Men's Soccer Defender of the Week. The junior goalkeeper allowed 4 goals and stopped 13 shots in 270 minutes played last week. Kidd posted a 1-win, no loss, 2-draw record, which included a scoreless shutout with 3 saves against Guilford. Switching over to volleyball, Mackenzie Russell was named Volleyball Player of the Week. The junior setter averaged 10.88 assists and a 3.29 digs per set as the Pacers posted a 5-0 record last week with wins over Guilford, Pfeiffer, Barra, Maryville, and Lynchburg. Russell notched 2 double-doubles, while her match highs included 46 assists, 20 digs, 2 kills, 2 service aces 3 times, and 2 blocks. Also from volleyball, Logan Moore, who was named Volleyball Defensive Player of the Week. The senior defensive specialist averaged 4.71 digs per set as the Pacers posted a 5-0 record last week with wins over Guilford, Pfeiffer, Barra, Maryville, and Lynchburg. Moore's match highs included 22 digs, 7 assists, 5 service aces, and 3 kills. The Pacers volleyball team did fall 3-0 in a tough matchup yesterday to Christopher Newport University, a team that won Coast to Coast Athletic Conference Championships and made an NCAA tournament appearance. With the win, Christopher Newport improves to 5-4 overall for the season. Your Pacers move to 9-1 overall for the year. Your WPU men's soccer team had a 1-1 draw yesterday right here at Wake Med Soccer Park in an exciting matchup with Lynchburg. The Pacers now move to 2 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws overall for the season. Donnie Leahy scored the lone goal for the Pacers with Danny Alvarez adding an assist. Trip Kidd totaled 6 saves and goal. The WPU men's soccer team now heads to Johnson Wells on Saturday for a noon kickoff. They'll return to Wake Med Soccer Park Thursday, September 29th for the non-conference finale. We'll take one more final break in our halftime coverage. When we return, we'll give you the official first half stats presented by Go Peace Pacers and second half action between Carolina and William Peace. as you're listening to coverage of William Peace Women's Soccer on the Pacer Sports Network. I was up driving early in the morning. Under 3.5 minutes played so far in the second half. Again, your Pacers up 1-0 over the Bruins. Throw in coming up for the Pacers. Lily Bates will take it. Misses everybody. Instead gives it to the Bruins. Bruins clear it right back out. Bates will throw it in once again. Bates now trying to put the ball in the middle. Goes over the head of Delaney. Webb trying to track it down for the Pacers. Webb trying to give it off to Hansen. Bruins will take over. Hansen gets it, but gives it right back to Paccio. Paccio trying to get the ball on the Pacers side of the pitch, as we actually have a substitution in the net for the Pacers, as number 0, Abigail Mosto is in, and the Pacers are in the goal once again as they score. Number 4, Kira Delaney, getting on the stat sheet and putting the Pacers up 2-0. Just about 5.5 minutes played here in the second half. Great job by the Pacers to come out strong to start this second half. Again, early goal, as it was a low center one provided by Kira Delaney. That's now Delaney's second goal of the year. And the Pacers are right back on the attack. Green, the one lone forward. Or excuse me, that's Arnold, who's flying around downfield trying to get the ball for the Pacers. Burns now just trying to set up some pass in the middle. Jones with lots of pressure on Paccio. She was breathing all down her neck. Bruins still able to come up with it. Bates up the middle to Jones. As Paccio was able to get a foot in there and disrupt the run. Over the head of Manis. Monster will settle it. She'll now kick it out. Coach Neal not happy over the contact made with Mosteller and a member of his Bruins team. And now we're given a whistle. Foul called. And it's actually going to be a penalty kick for Carolina. So, wow. Guess Coach Neal got the call that he wanted. And now we're going to have a penalty kick coming up here. It's Abby Mosteller, who's come in front of the net for the Pacers in the second half, will try to defend off Rubio. Rubio steps up, chips it in over the head of Mosteller, and Carolina goes on the board off the penalty kick. Just about 6 minutes into the second half, and the Pacers' lead is now cut in half. Again, off the penalty kick by number 24, Aaliyah Rubio, for her second of the year. Under 38 to play here in the second half. Pacers still with a 2-1 lead. Let's see if they can hold on to it. Jones trying to advance the ball up. Arnold's trying to get there. Ramon will get there first. Ramon immediately puts the ball into play to her left as Norwood got away quickly. She was being pressured by Arnold. And the Bruins back line just trying to get the ball out. As Finklia got a block on a pass, forcing Ramon to pick the ball up and settle things down. There's the kick. Jones will try and settle it. Instead, Paccio will come up with it for the Bruins. Ball goes out of play. And possession's going to go, or is going to stay with the Pacers. So the ball stays on this end of the field. Jones misses the throw-in pass. Delaney's there to get it. Now Kenworthy taking it up the middle, passes over to the right side of Green. Green now looking for a shot. Before Green could get the shot off, Placey sacrificing her body to cause the disruption, but not before the Pacers can set up for a corner kick. Green will put the ball down, and instead she will let Womack prepare to take this corner kick on the near side right corner marker. There's the kick. Line drive. Goes off the feet of two players. Bates trying to bring it down for the Pacers. And at the midfield circle, Hansen had a collision with a member of the Bruins. Hansen a little shaken up as it looked like it was shin-to-shin contact. Looks to be all right. She's trying to jog it off. Nonetheless, free kick coming up for the Pacers, provided by Manis. Falls just short of the edge of the box. Kenworthy there to pick up the slack. Womack comes up to keep the ball on this side of the field. Official didn't like the contact. Whistle blown. Foul against the Pacers. Nine minutes played so far here in the second half. Pacers with a 1-goal lead over Carolina, 2-1 or score. Free kick coming up. Walters will take it for the Bruins. It goes over the head of Lopez. Goes out of play. Throw in for the Bruins as it goes back to Lopez off the throw in by Smith. Kenworthy though coming up with it for the Pacers, and now Kenworthy passing it up to, I believe that's Webb. Webb slows it down, gives it back to Delaney. Delaney up top. Passes it back to Kenworthy. Kenworthy back to Delaney. Pacers trying to find a shot. Delaney takes a shot. Wide right. Good opportunity, though, for the Pacers as Delaney was looking to get her second goal of the evening and put the Pacers up by 2. The Bruins will bring it up from their back line. To the middle of the field now. Bruins now switch fields. Smith trying to run it down for the Pacers on the left side. Bates is there. Drops it back for Lopez. Lopez, short pass. So I don't know if Lopez intended to shoot it, but either way, member of the Bruins was there to try and just tap that one in. Instead, it went wide right as it was Hernandez Victorino trying to put that one in. for the Bruins. Goal kick by Mosteller. Trying to connect with Jones. So it goes off the head of Lopez for the Bruins. Bates now tracking it down to the left of us. She passes up to Green. Green quick pass to Jones. Jones unable to locate it. Bruins come up with it. Rubio, who has the one goal for the Bruins so far in this one, off a penalty kick. Will pass off to the right side. Bruins trying to cross it in the middle. Great job there by a member of the Pacers defenders to stop that pass attempt. Bruins take a shot. It will take one bounce into the gloves of Mosteller. Mosteller, one bounce, two bounce, three bounces now. Kicks this one away. Trying to connect with Green. It goes through the legs of Green instead. It finds Finklia. Finklia drops it down to Delaney, who was battling with Rubio to the left of the midfield circle. Bruins come up with it as Hansen on the far side of the field is trying to stop the attacker, and I believe got shaken up again. Looks to be all right. Bruins, though, with possession on the Pacers end of the pitch. Rubio, short pass. And it goes off the goalpost. Mosteller on the ground trying to save it. Finally does. Strange sequence of events as Rubio with a short pass. And then a member of the Bruins. It was Lopez who just shot it up. Almost like she was trying to chip it in. And instead it took a large gap up in the air. Went off the goalpost. Mosteller was unable to locate it momentarily. Finally did. There's a cluster of Bruins players in the midfield circle discussing something as we have a stoppage in play. Some substitutions, some fresh legs, I assume, coming on for both teams, as it was actually Sydney Smith who put on the low shot dead center for the Bruins. Clock resumes. Bruins come up with it as Pachio sends it in. Three members of the Pacers back line disrupting the attack, clearing the ball out. Finklia, midfield circle. Pacers trying to send the ball downfield, nobody there. Ramon off the foot, will pass it out. Bringing it up now for the Bruins is Placey. Womack had it for the Pacers. Bruins get it right back as Miriam, who's one of the leading goal scorers for the Bruins, but hasn't had much of an impact so far. Pass it off to the far side of the field. Bruins try to push the ball upfield, and it goes out of play. Off the throw-in. Pacers come up with it at midfield. Jones has it. Jones slows it down. Short pass to her left to Delaney. Delaney speeds it up. Delaney passes it up to Webb. Webb on the far side to the right of the Pacers bench. Now Webb crashing in. Webb, corner of the box. Webb one-on-one with the Bruins defender. Webb brings it out. Drops it back down for Kenworthy. Or excuse me, that's Kane. Kane takes a shot. It was blocked. Kane gets it back though. Kane loses it. And as the Bruins try to drop it back, Finklia had it. Now Finklia battling with Placey. A lot of contact. Officials let it play. And then the ball finally makes its way back to Ramon, who clears it out. To the outside of the midfield circle, Kenworthy sells it down. Jones has it. Jones loses it. Norwood drops it back for the Bruins. Bruins trying to push the ball upfield as Lopez had her pass blocked. And the Bruins drop it back. The Pacers now drop it all the way back to the senior defender, Bates. We want to thank all 39 of you for watching us right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Be sure to like and share this broadcast. Pacers with a 1-goal advantage over Carolina, 2-1 or score. 29 minutes remaining in the second half. That's the thing about doing these soccer games, ladies and gentlemen. It's my first play-by-play of the season for your William Peace women's soccer team. You can also hear me calling your men's game. These second halves tend to speed up as we're already under 30 minutes to play. Pacers trying to hold on to their 1-goal lead and add to it in the second half. Throw-in coming up for the Bruins. Norwood prepares to take it. Short throw-in as Lopez gives it right back to Norwood. Norwood tries to change fields. Bruins have possession in the middle. Ball takes a roll to Mosteller, who will come up and clear it out. Sends the ball on the opposite side of the pitch. Delaney brings it down for the Pacers. Delaney short pass ahead to Jones. Jones makes the defender Rubio miss. Delaney short pass to Green. Green avoiding contact. Green tries to spin and pass it. She has her pass blocked. Bruins clear it out momentarily. Manis causing the disruption, though, for the Pacers. Manis pass to Webb. Webb left side. Webb tries to cross in the middle. The intended receiver was Finklia. Couldn't get there. Jones has it. Coming in from the left side. Jones now will take a shot, and it will take multiple rolls and finally go out of play to the right side of Ramon with 27.5 to play. A lot of contact on the pitch by the Bruins. Pacers, even though they're not communicating verbally, they are connecting on passes as they've looked good controlling the midfield style of play tonight. Delaney drops it off to the right side of Green. Green takes a shot off the crossbar as Green had a good look from the right side. She winded it back and took the shot with the right leg, and it goes off the right of the goalpost. But the Pacers have a chance to redeem themselves as they'll have a corner kick coming up to the right on the near corner marker. And it's actually going to be Green who's taking it rather than Womack. There's the kick by Green. It's low to the ground, goes through the legs of Bates. Bates trying to locate it. Green's there to get it, but she had it taken away. And as the Bruins try to set up the short passing ground, Norwood unable to connect with number 4 Smith right here in front of us. They're actually going to say it went off the Pacers last, so Norwood will throw it in to Smith. Smith gives it right back to Norwood. Norwood right here in front of your screen. Passes in the middle to Paccio. Paccio over to the right side to Orlando Ordaz. And Orlando Ordaz sends it out of play. 25.5 remaining. Again, new rule put in place this year. If the Bruins do score again and tie this one up, and the game ends in a tie, it will just be considered a draw. No more extra time periods until the postseason, which is fine by me as I've hit 2 hours on the airway. 25 minutes left to go in regulation. Lopez, short pass up the middle. It's taken away by King. King now rolling out to the left side. King will now push the ball up. And as it goes past Webb and down to the Bruins back line. Bruins setting up play at midfield. Haven't seen the Bruins pass it a lot in the midfield area as Smith crashing in from the left side, sets up a pass for Rubio. Rubio trying to set up a shot. Great defense there by Bates, and Bates at the last second finally clears it out and bodies a Bruin in the process. Impressive stuff by Lily Bates, who was not going to have that ball taken away from her, and instead said, if I can't set up possession, I'm just going to make sure you don't get it, and clears it out. The right side now, the Bruins try to cross in the middle. It goes over the head of Smith, and Green has no choice but to kick it away. Throw-in coming up, provided by Norwood. Norwood will throw it in the middle to the feet of Lopez. Lopez back to Norwood. Norwood working over to her right side, puts it in the middle once again. Lopez passes it up to Hernandez. Victorino. Pacers get in front of it. Jones comes up with it, I should say. Jones now taking her space. Left side. Tries to get the ball past one of the midfield players of the Bruins. Unable to do so. But Webb comes up with it. Webb coming in from the left side. Webb in the box. Takes a shot on the ground, and it just rolls in front of Vermont and out of play. Great opportunity there for Shaylin Webb. Pacers looking good on these long runs. They've also looked good coming in at angles all night long. Entering the box. As Webb just missed Ramon, who was on the ground in front of the goal and trying to extend the Pacer lead to 2 goals. Goal kick coming up. Ramon will take it. 22 minutes to play here in regulation. Goes over the head of Paccio off the goal kick. And instead, Orlando Ordaz trying to settle it down for the Bruins. Ball goes out of play to the right of the Bruins bench. Throw in to William Peace. Everybody unable to locate the ball at the throw-in, as now Jones finally has it right in front of her Pacer bench. She passes it in the middle. Pacers give it up. Bruins drop it back. Green trying to locate it, as Placey had lots of space to take before she finally tried to pass it upfield. Pacers blocked it, but they give it right back to Lopez, and Lopez turns around and drops it back for the Bruins. On the far side of the field, Bruins working on some short passes. Pacers trying to clear the ball out. Coach Neal wanted a foul, as he has his hands up on the far sideline. No call given as the ball goes out of play. Throw-in coming up for the Pacers. Off the throw-in, the Bruins try to send it down towards Abby Mosteller. They're not able to send it down, but they are able to come up with possession as they bring it in the middle. Paccio passed off to her right side. Ball is taken away by the Pacers. Arnold now challenging 2 Bruins players who get it out momentarily. Bates now trying to come up with it. Green trying to set up a short pass to Bates. Doesn't work out. Bruins come up with it. Orlando Ordaz with it. Now Keene has it for the Pacers. Keene's trying to split two Bruin players. Says she retracts her run. Jones tries to advance the ball up. Nobody home. Bruins bringing it up. They put a leg behind it, trying to send it downfield. Now it's a battle of hot potato between the Pacers and the Bruins trying to get it. Pacers come up with it as the ball is on the ground as Ramon collided with, I don't know who it was. I think it was Webb, who collided with Ramon, who was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Scratch that. It was actually Gabby Jones on the collision. Foul was called, though, and now the Pacers will get a chance to extend their lead to 2 with a penalty kick of their own. It was Webb that was a part of the collision. Jones is going to take the penalty kick for the Pacers. And now we'll have a stoppage in play for Webb to be attended to. Breaking the game, we'll take one with them. When we come back, Pacers will have a chance to extend their lead to 2 goals with a pursuing penalty kick. 2-1 in favor of the Pacers. We'll be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. Back here on the Pacers Sports Network, Pacers leading the Bruins 2-1. Penalty kick coming up, though, for the Pacers, as it's going to be Gabby Jones taking it. Here we go. Jones scores dead center. Bullseye shot by Gabby Jones, beating Ramon. Pacers go up by 2 goals now. 3-1 or score thanks to the penalty kick by Gabby Jones for Jones' first goal of the season. It's also worth mentioning, at the beginning of the second half, we had a change in goal, as it's number 31, Mackenzie Kirk, who's in front of the net now for the Pacers. Nonetheless, Pacers now up 3-1. Bruins looking to respond. Kirk, who is in at goalie now for the Pacers, has not seen much action at all in the second half. Bruins have put up 4 shots, 3 on goal. Doesn't feel like it though, as the Pacers defenders have played well. As now the Bruins have a chance, as the ball was rolling in front of an empty net, but whistle was called, and it'll be a goal kick coming up for the Pacers, with the freshman from Green Cove Springs, Florida, Kirk, taking it. Actually, she's just going to pass it up. Being a good teammate. Making it so Manis didn't have to walk back to retrieve the ball. There's a free kick by Manis. Delaney settles it down. Delaney quick pass over to the left side to Alford. Alford now taking some space. Alford 2-on-2 takes a shot. Bounces off the left goalpost. Goes out of play. Goal kick coming up for Carolina, who puts the ball back in play quickly, as they're now trying to cut the Pacers' lead down once again. They have 16 and a half to work with. Norwood passes it to the middle, and then Carolina tries to send it down the near side, but Smith is unable to get to it before the pass goes out of play. Throw into the Pacers. 10-on-10 crime between Percillo and Finklia. Bruins come up with it. Try to send the ball downfield. Smith was running for it, realized she was offside, and instead Kirk will settle it and will finally pick it up. There's the punt off the right foot by Kirk. It finds Green. Green going down the near sideline to the right of your view. Green now battling as she loses possession. Smith now in front of us. Passes it in the middle to Miriam. Then Miriam continues to pass it over to the right side. Womack able to break up the run. Delaney having it. Delaney has it to the left of the midfield marker. Puts it in the midfield circle now for Arnold. Arnold passes over to the right side to Green. Arnold gets it back. Now Arnold passes it to the right side to Kane. Kane looking for Green. Green has it. Lost it momentarily. And Bruins clear it out. Possession will remain with the Pacers. Kane will take it to the right of your screen. Kane, instead of throwing it to Green, puts it in the middle to Bates. Now Bates will take a shot, and it will just roll on the ground to Ramon. That makes that the 6th shot of the half for the Pacers. 16 shots in total in the match. 4 of those 16 on goal with 14 minutes left to play. We want to thank all 50 of you now watching us on the Pacers Sports Network, as Kirk falls on the ground, stopping a dangerous scoring opportunity for Carolina. Again, you can watch all WPU athletic events right here on the Pacers Sports Network and also through GoPeacePacers.com. Be sure to stick around after this match is over for post-game coverage, as I'll remain on the airway. We'll give you our official stats presented by Go Peace Pacers. If we have time, we'll take a look at our USA South scoreboard of other games in action this evening, and we'll set you up for the Pacers' next match on Saturday. But before we do that, we still have 13 minutes left to play in this one. Pacers up 3-1 over the Bruins. To the left of midfield, Keenan Smith battling for it. As a whistle was called. Foul was called against Carolina. So the Pacers will get it back. Manis will take the free kick from the back line as she's been doing all evening. Goes off the foot of Norwood. Norwood unable to track it down. Pacers trying to come up with it. They send it downfield and actually went off the back heel of Alford. I don't think was expecting the pass. Now Carolina has it in the Pacer zone. So left side Smith has it. Goes off the foot though of Keene, who's able to get a deflection on it. And then it will go out of play. Throw in coming up for the Bruins, who are speeding up their attack as they have 11.5 to work with, trailing by 2, 3-1 or score in favor of your Pacers. Finkleo has it. Rolling out to the left side. Ball was knocked out of play. It'll remain with the Pacers. And the Pacers will take the stoppage in play to get 2 fresh legs back on to the pitch. Lily Bates will come out. Gabby Jones will come back in. I didn't even know Gabby Jones left the pitch. She probably did after she scored the penalty kick goal. Kira Delaney will step out. Dana Kenworthy will step back in. Pacers have made a total of 5 substitutions in this match. As now they have it inside the box. Trying to set up a shot. Nobody able to locate it. Possession's going to stay on this end of the field, as we'll have a corner kick coming up from the far side marker. Womack will take it. Pacers with 5 in the box. There's a kick by Womack. Manis goes up for it, puts the head on it, and it goes above the crossbar and behind the net. Ramon gets ready to kick this one away. Right in front of us, Smith has it. They drop it down to Miriam. Miriam puts the ball in the air, trying to connect a pass, as number 12, Hernandez Victorino, is brought down from behind by Manis. Foul called. Officials didn't like it. Bruins will have a free kick coming up as we're under 9 minutes to play. Taking the free kick, I believe, will be number 24, Rubio. There's the kick. Remember, the Pacers is able to put a head on it, and then it finally falls into the glove of Kirk, who drops down on the ground with it. 8.5 to play. Pacers up by 2. Our score 3-1. There's a kick off the right foot by Kirk. Again, apologies to Mackenzie Kirk. I was under the impression that it was Abigail Mosteller who was in front of the goal for the second half, but it is the freshman goalkeeper. Kirk makes up of 4 goalkeepers for the Pacers this year. You have, of course, Matt Jones, who elected to come back one more year. She's followed by Abigail Mosteller, another senior goalkeeper. I think that's why I assumed that it was Mosteller in front of the net, because of the veteran presence. But Mackenzie Kirk, one of 2 freshman goalkeepers, she's supported by Hannah Lewis, has been in front of the net for this second half. Ball rolls out of play. Be a goal kick coming up, as we're closing in on the final 7 minutes of action. Again, Pacer post-game show coming up at the end of the game. Kirk wisely taking her time to put the ball back into play. Taking some time off the clock. There's the kick. Jones trying to settle it. Said Green will have it. Green right here in front of us, taking it down the near sideline. Green tries to put the ball past number 10, Pachillo, and instead goes out of play. 6.5 to play. Off the throw-in. Green gets it right back. Green now taking it right side. Green 1-on-2. She takes it out. Now just doing circles around the Bruins defender. Green trying to find a lane. Says she passes in the middle to Jones. Jones passes it back to Green. Green on the right side of the box. Green tried to cross it. Loses her footing. And all you can do is just lap that one off. Great effort there by Green, who was running circles around the Bruins. Nonetheless, there's a kick by Ramon. Pacers will put it right back in the Bruins zone. Ball takes one hop, goes out of bounds. Throw-in coming up for Carolina. Jones is there to defend Lopez, or scratch that. That's Orlano Ordaz. And as the ball goes out of play once again in front of us, Pacers will take advantage. Green will check out. Coming back on for the Pacers will be number 20, Russ. Another whistle. Don't believe Green was fully off the pitch before play resumed. So King will just do it again. She throws it right back into Russ. Now Hansen gets under it. Arnold sails it down, left side of the field. Drops it down to Womack, who comes up. Womack to Alford. Alford puts it back in the middle to Jones. Jones trying to get around Orlando Ordaz. Pacers lose it. Bruins try to clear it out. Pacers stop it. Bruins moving the ball backwards, not forwards, as we're approaching 4 minutes to play. And we have another whistle as number 23, or excuse me, number 22, number 21, third time's the charm. Lopez was on the ground for the Bruins following a foul that was called. One official is talking things over with Kyle Neal. Second official will come over and actually give Coach Neal a yellow card. So I don't know what Coach Neal was upset about, but obviously he did not get what he wanted. And instead, we have our first yellow card of the evening given, and it is received by the head coach, Neal, for Carolina. Bruins, though, will have a free kick coming up once play resumes. 3:21 is all that remains on the clock. Play resumes. Kirk settles it off for Chess. Picks it up. Takes some bounces. There's the kick. Goes over the head of Kenworthy. Said Finklia had it momentarily. Bruins come up with it. Under 3 minutes to play. Pacers regain possession. And let's see if the Pacers can keep possession on this end of the field to close things out. Only 2.5 minutes remain before the Pacers pick up their fourth win of the season and their second home match of the year. Shot on. Goes above the crossbar. Shot was provided by, I believe it was Kenworthy of the Pacers. Nonetheless, free kick though for Remain. After Kenworthy missed high. Finklia kicks it out of play. And now the Bruins, who have under 2 minutes, will look to, if anything else, they can't score another goal, keep possession on their end of the field, or on the Pacers' end of the field. But Kirk comes up with the ball and will clear it out. Jones didn't want it, neither did Kenworthy. Bruins have it. Smith passes over to the right side. It goes past Hernandez, Victorino. And it will roll out of play as we're approaching the final 1 minute mark. Keene. Extended pass. Russ, who has no rust at all. She was one of the last substitutions into the match for the Pacers. Passes back to Arnold. Arnold back up to Kenworthy. Kenworthy now to Jones. Jones takes another shot. And Ramon just has to put both gloves up to block that. And that will probably be the last attack opportunity that the Pacers have in this one, as we only have 20 seconds remaining. 15 seconds. Hanson just trying to clear it out. Smith and King were battling for it on the near side. Carolina comes up with it, but it's not going to matter. Ball is going to roll out of play. There's the final horn. And the Pacers, who came into tonight's match with an overall record of 3-1, win the match by a final score of 3-1. Pacers now improving to 4-1 for the season. The Bruins even up their record at 3-3. Great showing for the Pacers, as two Pacers were actually able to score their first goals of the season in Rachel Alford, who had the first goal of the match, followed by Gabby Jones, who had the game-winning goal of the match off a penalty kick. It's also good that the Pacers were able to get the freshman goalkeeper Mackenzie Kirk in as well to close out the remainder of the game. Kirk faced one shot and came up with 3 saves. Pacers win after coming to tonight's match. 3-1 for the year. They now improve to 4-1 for the year with the victory. We'll take a quick pause, and when we come back, we'll bring you our Pacer pregame show. We'll give you the official stats of the evening. We'll also take a look around the USA South scoreboard at other soccer matches for the evening. Final score, Pacers 3, Carolina 1. We'll be right back with postgame coverage on the Pacer Sports Network. Welcome back on the Pacer Sports Network. We've now transitioned to the Pacer postgame show of the broadcast. Our final score from Wake Med Soccer Park. Pacers with a 3-1 victory over the Carolina Bruins. Pacers now to 4-1 overall for the season. Good bounce back win for the Pacers following their last match when they suffered a 2-1 loss at Guilford. On the other end for the Carolina Bruins, they even up their record at 3-3, and their next match will be this Sunday when they will face a USA South opponent in Brevard. Let's take a look at our final stats presented by GoPeacePacers.com. Fans for the latest news and updates from WPU Athletics, please visit GoPeacePacers.com. You can like the Pacers on Facebook or follow them on Instagram and Twitter at Go Peace Pacers. Stat line heavily in favor of the Pacers, but for the Bruins, real quick, the Bruins got a total of 7 shots on the evening, 5 of those shots on goal, and all 7 shots were were given out by 7 different Bruins players. The Bruins making 4 substitutions on the evening. For the Pacers, they had a total of 20 shots. That's almost the sort of shot amount you see in the first half of a basketball game, but no, that was 20 shots in total for 2 halves of soccer here at Wake Med Soccer Park. 6 of the 20 shots on goal for the Pacers. Rainey Green led the Pacers in shots taken. She had 5 in total. She was followed by Rachel Alford, who had 4 shots on total in the evening, 1 shot on goal. And Rachel Alford also had 1 goal in this game. She scored the first goal of the night, giving her her first goal of the season. She was then followed by number 4, Kira Delaney, who had 2 shots in total, one of those 2 shots on goal. Kira Delaney picks up her second goal of the evening, and then the third and game-winning goal by the Pacers was scored on a penalty kick by number 11, Gabby Jones, who had 2 shots all night, 2 shots on goal. Her first goal of the evening. In total, the Pacers outshoot the Bruins 20-7. 6 of the Pacers shots on goal, 5 of the Bruins shots on goal. 4 corner kicks, all in favor of the Pacers. No red cards. 1 yellow card, which was given out to the Bruins head coach, Kyle Neal. 4-3, the save count in total of the Pacers. Mac Jones only had 1 save in the first half, and then number 31, Mackenzie Kirk, who came in to take over and relieve her in the second half, made 3 saves. Shots forced for the Bruins, 27 for the Pacers. The next match for Carolina will be this Sunday, as they'll continue to be on the road as they'll face Brevard. The next match for your Pacers will be this Saturday as they'll travel to Roanoke, Virginia to face Highlands University for a 2 p.m. kickoff. Our next broadcast of WPU Athletics will be next Sunday, and it will be our next broadcast of WPU Women's Soccer when they return home to face Washington Adventists, if I even said that correctly. Many of our athletic programs will be on the road for the remainder of this week and this weekend and all throughout next week. We want to wish them the best of luck. And if you'd like to see the full composite athletic calendar, you can view it on GoPeacePacers.com, which got a little makeover in between the athletic season. Shout out to Shelby Labardo for that. Special thanks to Nicole Jackson of the William P. softball team, who was our camera operator, to our administration staff for their continued support of all WPU athletic events. Claude Shields, our interim director of athletics and head coach for men's basketball. Daniela O'Leary, our assistant athletic director. Women's soccer coach Becky Schroeder in her first season with the program. The Pacers are off to a great start. Our associate head men's soccer coach and assistant director of athletic communications, Ozzy Peralta. And our main athletic communications director, Shelby Labardo, for producing this broadcast. Thank you for joining us for live stream coverage of WPU Women's Soccer presented by the Athletic Communications Department. Once again, I'm Graham Hill. You can follow William Peace Athletics on both Instagram and Twitter at GoPeacePacers. You can follow me on Twitter at GrahamHill98. One last time, we want to thank you for listening to play-by-play coverage of WPU Women's Soccer. Final score 3-1 in favor of the Pacers. You've been listening to play-by-play coverage on the Pacer Sports Network. All good. Thank you. Yeah, so I liked it a lot. My own little press box.
Yeah, and then it doesn't pick up the fan noise as much. Hopefully it doesn't pick up too much of the noise.
Somebody texted me because towards the end of the match I was just sitting here calling the games like this, and they're like, "You're like a dad that's just sitting out at a tailgate."